どうもこんばんは、黒のにゃんこと言います。スーパーリミナル、5回目、チャレンジの続きをやっていきたいと思います。相変わらず三角ボタンと違いますよね。追加モード。また丸ボタンを押しちゃいます。チャレンジモード。つい停電ってやつか。で、なんか取るのが2回でジャンプが5回までとかっていうやつだったっけ。ほプチふうまあ声なんか聞きませんよって。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and despite touring the waterfall Serenity Zone in the previous section you've just completed, you may still be experiencing feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt. Why do I feel like everything is going wrong, even when the sun is shining?
おあ、明かりね。どこか。1回、2回じゃない、1回で7回ジャンプか。とりあえずね、取るのが1回だから、基本、ここはジャンプで全部抜けていくしかないんだよな、多分障害物最初は。お、今なんか、いきなり変わったよね。なんで変わったのかすらわからない。で、最初ここは、取ってあれじゃなくて、ここは全部ジャンプでかわすしかないんだけど、これって、1回でいけたね。1回でいけた。で、確かこっちじゃない、こっちか。で、これは脇で、バタカターンって、鍵閉まるのね、ちょっとホラー要素だよね。で、これは確か、何回か落ちると、ランプがつくんだけど、とりあえず、でもこのなんか視点変えたらこの時点で落ちてるんじゃないかとか思っちゃうんだけどね。よし、ランプがついた。よし。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk more about the feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt I mentioned before. You feel this way because you want the kind of happy life you see all around you, the kind you know everyone else is enjoying. And that's exactly why we're here to help.
What? これまっすぐ行って、また鍵閉まった あれ、これどうだったっけ。まっすぐ行きゃいいのか。後ろ向きながら行きゃいいのか。そうするとこっち行ってあえて、で、これが、よいしょ。よし。おっとっとっとっと。で、
Warning. You were advised to subject yourself to explosive mental overload by descending into additional dreams, but have now descended into a dream within a dream instead, disorienting yourself even further. You are responsible for failing to make this crucial distinction.
そう。これ、ランプないと、あれなのかな。いいのかな、取っちゃって。まあ、取るしかないよな。遠くで。ちっちゃいな。持ったまま行かなきゃいけない。さあ、ここだよな。ジャンプの回数は少なめに。ここかな。3回。あと3回。降りる。くぐる。あ、持ってるかダメ。じゃあ、置く。なんだっけかな、これ。どこだったっけかな。なんかこっち側に明るくしてこっちを見て、なんかがあったんだよな、ここに。なんだったっけ。でもう一回取っちゃいけないから、何があったんだっけかな。思い出せん。ちょっと忘れてるな。なんか今ここに何かがあるのはわかるんだよ。ジャンプできるのかな。とりあえずジャンプ。お、上に来たぞ。こっち行けるのかな。行けない。ここにジャンプをしたってことは、やばいな。やばいな。こっちかな。ジャンプ。お、なんか来たっぽいよ。もう一回ジャンプ。これでいけるのか。
Did you know that unintentional multi-dream layering occurs in less than 1% of patients? This correlates strongly with the 99% of patients who are able to follow simple instructions from the standard orientation protocol.
OK。じゃあスイッチ入れても大丈夫だね。さっきまでのこのね、血のようなものは実は赤いペンキでしたという、まああれなんだけど、とりあえず停電はクリア。 で、次は、なんだろう、また、今度はチェックが5回ありますね。プチッと。あ、そうだ。全部これ止めなきゃいけないの？止めなくてもいいのかな？まあいいや。で、あとこれ。よし。これ何個あった？ 1、2、3、4、5、6回目だからってこと？うん。ディリディリディリディリディリディリディリディリ。うん。うん。タッチ3回、ジャンプ2回。はぁダメだった。これ抜けるしかないよな。ここまで行けば間から、これをどうするかだよな。あそこをジャンプ2回でやるためには、ここは、どうすればいいんだ？どうやったら、ちっちゃくなりすぎた。さすがにこれだとジャンプできないよね。ダメです。とりあえずそうするとだな。ちっちゃめなやつを作んなきゃいけないから。やっちゃった。はい。じゃないよ。じゃ。この角度。じゃないな、もうちょっとちっちゃいのを。乗っかった？もしかしてジャンプ足りなかった？ってことは、これでジャンプできるのかな？おいしょ！あれもしかして、俺間違えてる。はい、間違えてますね。方向間違えてました。こっちです。何やってんだろうね。 りない。高さ足りない。うん。リスタート。もうちょっと最初の段を。最初は大きくてもいいのか。はい。もう三角を押さないように気にしてるんで、間違って。まず1個目はこれぐらいにしといて、2個目をこれぐらい、3個目をこれぐらい、これでいける？ふっよしたほ
Attention. Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following risks of dream overexposure. Significant memory loss, both quantitative and qualitative. Hallucinations of dreaded or annoying objects. Unrealistic beliefs about the lengths of hallways. And other side effects which have not yet been discovered or which cannot be understood.
閉まったかな。ちっちゃいの遠くにしなきゃいけない。まず大きくしてから取って、これを今度遠くほっ、これいける？ほっほっ、よっしょ、なんとかおー、次は立ち替え。これってタッチ1回で足りない戻ってきたよ。まだ動いてるよね。まだそのまま、また戻ってくる。そのまま超えないかな。さすがに無理。縁があるから無理。やっぱダメだ。近くでやると大きくなるから、この大きさでまず取って、これで止まった。大きくしすぎたはい。じゃあもうちょっと手頃な大きさにして、よし。あれちょっと奥すぎた。難しいな。ちょっと真上に落として。でも、そうか。こうして、 こに来て上を向いて離す。いて、ほうならいけるわけね。これだよな。これはですね、多分ですね、登るんすよ。登ってですね、ここから取って、あれ、はい、そうでした。はい、そうですね。はい。1回しかダメなんですよね。確か前は連打して無理やり乗せたような記憶があるんですけど、一発で乗せなきゃいけないわけですね。参ったね。うまく視点をこうやって、しょ。ここならいける。もうちょっと。あ、ダメだった。ダメだった。これじゃないのかな。あそこに乗っけたいんだけど。もっとシビアにしなきゃダメ。とりあえず、見えないでしょ。自分が乗っかっちゃう。あ、でも乗っかっちゃうとダメだから、これで、これができたのがここに乗っかなきゃいけないから、ちょっと待って、じゃあ例えばこれをこうやっておくとどうなる？これやるとき確か何やったっけか。これ一発でってことだから、とりあえず形としては間違いないんだけれど、タイミングがシビアですね。タイミングっていうのかな。これだとどうなんの？いったね。ちょっと見えないようにする感じのがいいのか。
Warning. Dr. Pierce is frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel you. I have no subroutine to correct these errors, but I cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages. They would not make sense regardless.
これを使うしかないんだけど、これは取れるのかそれとも落ちてくるのかってやつだよな。ダメか。ちょっと隠すと、こっちで来るのか。でもこれだと登れんよね。登れんよね。どうしたっけかな。 どうやってあれした？もうただ落ちてくるだけだよな。ここに斜めにするとかってやんないとダメなんだから。うん。うん。とりあえず試してみよう。ふっ。あ、すいません。三角ボタン押しちゃいました。これだとただ単に下に落ちるだけだから、この隠す感じにしなきゃいけないから、こうか。こう。だよね。じゃもっとこう隠したらどうなる？乗っかった。これでやったら、どんだよね。お、うん。ダメっすね。この高さならもしかして、なるほど。ほ。つまり、ドン。で、これを、よいしょ、ドン。ってことか。で、これで、ジャンプで、戻すのは関係ないから、おお、なるほどね。
Attention, Dr. Pierce continues to input significant errors. I will interpret his basic ideas. Hello, my introductions are redundant. I am a real doctor who went to doctor school. VR has never been a mistake. I can help you, but I also do not know how. Transmission ends.
Hello, name is my Pierce Dr. Glenn. To the somnus...
読んでる最中に終わってます。振動があったよね、今。落ちてきたところ。これは7回目ってことでいいのかな？ああ、はい。でも向こうがあれで、ってことか。うん。じゃあ星座の部屋も普通にあるのかな？ある。相変わらず消えたままなんだね。これは消えたままなんだね。椅子。ということで、
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. This is a notification that you have reappeared on our monitoring system after a prolonged absence. Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that.
ニノさん。 もう落ちるしかないよね、これもう、この状況って。あー。落ちてきた。うん。取る。おいしょ。壊れ物。おー、響く。ジャンプ。よし。その次は何だっけ。あれあれこれって同じとこ回ってきただけ？こっちか。はい、やっちゃいましたね。とりあえず。ああ、やっちゃいました。うん。形はそれでいいんだよな、多分。あーで、これを取って、ドン。これあんまり大きすぎると、ここがジャンプで乗れない。はい。でん。で、取って、よいしょ。ドーンってした後に、この高さなら、なんとかいけるな。で、あれだと、これ入るのが小さいってことで、これ一旦外出て、これを取って、もっと大きくして、で、あと2回のジャンプだから、とりあえず、ここ乗るでしょ？ここ乗るでしょ？ああ。あれを2回で登んなきゃいけないのか。まずはこれをちょっと取って、一番上の方に持っていって、えいでーんってなったら、ジャンプ。スムーズにいきましたね。うん。これを取って、おう。あそこも段差だから、これを一発で登んなきゃいけないのか。えい！よし、登れた。えい！よし。これは中入っていいんだよな。
my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently had. Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
どっかに扇風機があるんじゃなかったっけ？これってファンないや。ちょっと待って、なんか音が聞こえる。これか。これを大きく取ってで、これをあれどこ行った出口。あれ埋もれた？あった。出口。持ってこれるのね、扇風機って。これで、これは、どうだったっけ？どっかになんかがあるんじゃなかったっけ？とりあえずこれ置くしかないよね。よいしょ。お？あれ？
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to read you my favorite inspirational quote by me. The worst thing you can do is focus on negativity. It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease, the cruelty of time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do, don't focus on that.
登れない。大きくしすぎちゃって。やっぱダメだな。これだと入れないのか。大きさがなかなか微妙で。この高さ。これならいけるけど、ここが入らないのか。ってことは、どうやったっけとりあえず大きさ的には、登れません。で、リスタート。結構きついな、これ。ジャンプ1回で済ませなきゃいけないっていうことは、結構シビアに合わせなきゃいけないってことだよね。で、向こう側が見えてるのはどこだ？これ。なんか、取る。 あんま大きすぎると、あれなんだよな。どのぐらいの大きさがいいのかがわからん。これダメなパターンだな、多分。とりあえず、ジャンプをいけたけど、中には入れない。これを、斜めにする。じゃあ、リセット。斜めで、ほよしよしおよいしょ。取る。回す。回して。これで、よいしょ。なにこれダメなの？置いていけた。で、なにこれを、そうか。取る。転がったので、もしかして出ようとすると後ろに戻されて出れないなんだってまずこれでしょ。はっ、ここに乗せりゃいいのか。これだったら出れるんだね。はい。まず斜めにする。その後にあれするってやつだな。まずこれを取る。で、ダメでした。はい。小さすぎますね。はい。もうちょっと大きくしてから。よし。これ大きくしすぎじゃないか。よいしょ。あれ落ちてこない大きくしすぎました。はい。うわー。手頃な大きさってどんなもんよ。丸のとこれが見えなくなる。これぐらいとやっとって。ちょっと角度急すぎるか。 ジャンプ。ダメでした。なかなか難しいですね。ちょうどいい大きさ。ちょっと大きかったような気がするんで、これが見える。これくらいで、さっきと同じような感じですると、はい、ひっくり返っちゃいます。はい。ちょっと奥すぎるのか。とりあえず、中に入れればいいのか、これの中に。あれどこ上上になってる。上か、上じゃダメですね。くぐれナイス。はい。これはちっちゃくでもいいのか。出口がここなんだよな。これが見えるところでいいんだよな。じゃあちょっとかなり大きく。その角度だとちょっと入れないっす。なかなか。そこやってるとするからいけないのか、逆に。よし。ドン。転がる。はい、ダメですね。今のがあれだから、で、ジャンプダメでした。はい。大きすぎるのか、あれが。なんとか入れてくれ。後ろ向き、角度、いけた。あれちょっと待って。いけたよね。いけてない。ダメなの。入れないの、それ。なんかどこか変なとこ来ちゃった。よいしょ。何どういうこと？今登っちゃったの？変なところ。あれここ。平面じゃなきゃダメってことか。もうちょっと平らじゃないとダメと。ということは、この向きでやったからなので、こっち側向きにして、でさっきと同じような感じで、よいしょ。で、これに、ジャンプ。よし。登 出してくれたっていいじゃないですかよ。あ、ダメなんだ。これもダメ。でもうちょっと大きくして、斜め。じゃあ大きくして、で、正面からじゃなくて、でも大きくすると今度ジャンプができないからな。よし。お。乗っかっちゃった。乗っかっちゃったよ。なかなか難しいな。さっきどうやって行けたんだろうっていうぐらい。おー、よいしょ。ダメっす。はい。これ大きさの調整とか苦手だな、やっぱり。入れた。なんでことはない、入れた。で、これを取って、向こう側に向けて、で、置く？取る？あ、やっちまった？もしかして。さて、これを、まず、ここに一旦置いて、で、これを小さくして、で、そこに乗っける。で、これで、っていうのがいいのか。とりあえず形としては、まずこれをちょっと大きくするから、ちょっと大きくする感じで、これを、ジャンプ、はい。ジャンプできませんでした。取る。これくらいかな。これ、ジャンプ。はい、小さすぎましたね。はい。もうこの時点で取って、これでこう、もう一回やって、これを、これくらいないいのかな。通してください。通して。なんでダメなの？はい、取る。大きさか。 あれこれダメなの？ダメか。じゃあなんでさっきは。で、じゃあちょっとこれで取るでしょ。これで、大きく。で、このプールのヘリの上にして、これで、離す。ドン。これをジャンプで登る。角度がありすぎたってことですね。はい。いや、でもさっきはあれ普通にあれできたんだよな。取る。置く。ジャンプ届かない。取る。置く。これどうやったんさっき。普通になんか置いただけでいけたけど。これ向こう行っちゃって、向こう行っちゃう。あれほっ、はい、ダメなんですね。角度つけちゃうとダメか。お、いけた。それで、取る。で、これじゃ大きいから、とりあえずここに置く。置いたらちょっと小さくして、取る。で、これを向こう側に置く。そうすると、あれなんかやっちゃったはい。はい。はい。何が起きたかと自分で分かってます。はい。出口の向きが違ってましたね。はい。で、これを、こっち側向きで置いてたから、こっち側向きに出ていったってことで。うわー、バカやったー。ほっ、やっぱ、斜めでも OK なんだな。よし。で、とりあえず、取る。ですよね。で、こっち側を向けといて、で、とりあえず、置く。で、下がって、ちっちゃい状態にして、取る。よし。で、奥に、置く。ちゃんと今度は向き合わせたから大丈夫ですよね。こっから、あそこにめがけて、はぁ、長かった。はい、ちっちゃいまんまっす。2回とか書いてあるよ。2回。これ、ここ行きゃいいんじゃなく。 こっちから出てくる。お、どこ、あれか。これを乗っけてあれするんだけど、乗っけるのが、まあ、とりあえず大きいのをまず取る。で、こうかな。横置く。これを取る。取る。なんか閉まったような感じがするけど、離す引っかかったよー。はい、やり直しです。あれ、なんか大きさが大きくなったよ。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
ほ、距離が来すぎました。はい、ダメですね。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
ジャンプしちゃダメっていうのがあれだよね。いけるこれいけるいけない。はい、ダメですね。綺麗に合わせなきゃいけないのか。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
大きさがありません。でも大体こんな感じだよな、基本的に。で、あともうちょっと大きくしなきゃいけないのか。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
やばい、ちっちゃいまま取っちゃったよ。いやー、乗っけちゃった。これ出れるの？すごいことになってる。と
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
から降りて、あそこに行かなきゃいけないんだっけ？あれ？これ取ったら終わりだよな。ということはあれは1回でやんなきゃいけなかったの？ちょっと待ってよ。これ出るところまで、あれか。で、これを1回で
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
あれなんか知らんけど、来れたよ。来れたのこれ。来れてないの入ってるよね、こっちの部屋に。どういうこと？なら、これで、これを取ることができる。向こう行っちゃったよ。いやー。何これ動けないの？ちょっと。どういう状況これ。は？どういう状況？ はい、どういう状況ところこれって。引っかかってるよ。で、この出っ張りはなんで引っかかってんの俺。ああ。お、何で引っかかってたんだ。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly. Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Oh. ヒュー。やっちまったーってやつだね。とりあえず考え方はこれでいいのか。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn
これを
Pierce,
小さい
and I'd
状
like to
態で
thank
取
you
っ
for
て、
triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations. Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
なんか知らんがいい感じになったんじゃないか。ただ小さすぎて遅い早く走る方法はないのか。っていうか重ねるとかっていうよりも何もそのままちっちゃくしてそのまま置きゃよかったっていうのがあれまだおオッケーオッケーオッケー。で小さいんでここ通れないですよね。あれもうちょっと小さくすればいいのか。まあエレベーターだからいいか。時間とかも別に。ふう。なんとか。そっか、ちっちゃくしてあそこに放り込むっていうのがあったんだな。重ねてた俺がバカだった。うん。次8面目だっけ。よし。あれ 3時まあいいや。
Emergency exit protocol initiated. Please prepare to conclude your Somnasculpt experience in 10, 9, 8. Error. Error logged by.
Orientation protocol.
Stand by for analysis.
Error analysis complete. You are exhibiting signs consistent with an increase in fear, hopelessness, and frustration. This is inconceivable, as Somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions. Hypothesis: patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion: impossible. Reformulating. Improved hypothesis: patient requires additional Somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion: emergency exit protocol cannot proceed. Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed. Instruction: continue with Somnasculpt therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources have been exhausted. This concludes your standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
戻ってきた。よいしょ。おっと。ジャンプ。ということは、この位置が正しいから、落とされた。これ何だったっけかな。 あ、いつもこの前もあそこで止めちゃってあれだったんだよな。あれ止めちゃいけないのか。おなんだったっけ、ここ。
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Thank you for completing the Somnosculpt Standard Orientation Protocol. Before you begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like to briefly describe the finite and fragile nature of the dream state.
Hmm. Hmm? Thank you.
Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective, of fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
もう揺れてるよ。お、うん。タッチ2のジャンプが4。ん？あれ？1回。そうした。
Finally, while we respect the unique progress of every patient, you must understand that it is possible to completely exhaust your supply of dreams, thereby entering a state in which you will not be able to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms. Please listen carefully for the sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a destabilizing dream weight.
Ah. Hey.
This is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream.
何がどうだったっけ？そうか、これか。
Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail states. Please paradox from creating any This is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream. This is highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream. Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail states. Please paradox from creating any refrains. Explosive dream overload may result. Please paradox overload. Please overload from dream explosion.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and many years ago, I had a dream. I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing, where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to. White space. But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life itself behind me, and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be. You're well beyond dreaming now, and further out than anyone has ever come back from. But we hope that you won't get discouraged. After all, if this is a place of pure perspective, isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
うん。お、これは最後にやってたからね。ああ、やっちまった。お、あれ、ん、うん。マインドフル。あ、クリアはしたのか。じゃあ、あとはこのままこれいきゃ。よし。チャレンジ終わったわけか。おー。目がチカチカ。ほ、で、これ全部終わったってことか。チャレンジモード終わりました。ああ、早いですね。あー、じゃあ次は何しましょうかね。開発者コメンタリー。 解雇。あれ、ああ、空白終わった。解雇までは。じゃあ、どんなになるのか、ちょっと。
Hello, and welcome to the Superliminal Developer Commentary. I'm Albert, Game Director of Superliminal. Myself and the rest of the team will be popping up every now and then as you play. With subtitles open, you can see who is talking and what their role on the game is.
Patent-pending Somnosculpt technology provides safe and effective dream therapy while you rest in the comfort of our flagship clinic. Located right next to the secondary overflow parking lot at the University Medical Center. Somnosculpt, we'll make your dreams come true.
続けてコメンタリーモード。
Hi, my name's Chris. I was the producer and designer on Superliminal.
Hi, this is Will O'Neill, and I was the writer on Superliminal.
Okay, so that very beginning of Superliminal is actually one of the last parts we finished. Throughout development, we created so many different introductions to the game. Not all of...
A lot of people ask about how the resizing mechanic
どういうこ
works.
と？
The concepts are actually quite easy. To keep an object looking the same, assume if we move the object twice as far away, it just needs to be twice as big. It's all proportional. Interestingly enough, this also works no matter what field of view you use. The hard part of this mechanic isn't the actual resizing. It's trying to figure out where the object needs to be. To do this, you need to test a weirdly shaped... A lot of people ask about how the resizing mechanic works. The concepts are actually quite easy. To keep an object looking the same, assume if we move the object twice as far away, it just needs to be twice as big. It's all proportional. Interestingly enough, this also works no matter what field of view you use. The hard part of this mechanic isn't the actual resizing. It's trying to figure out where the object needs to be. To do this, you need to test a weirdly shaped object with a weirdly shaped background, and trying to find the right ratio for the object to be big enough to not touch anything, while keeping everything accurate and optimized.
はい。
Hi, I'm Logan, and I'm level designer on Superliminal. A difference with the main resizing mechanic in this game is how much freedom it gives the player. This puzzle is a good example. In most puzzle games, if you put an object on a button in this scenario, the object doesn't need to be moved anymore. The key to unlock the door removes the key from the problem space. But unfortunately, in our game, you can just turn around and grab the object from any distance away. Therefore, we've gotten good at adding barriers in many places so people won't carry an object through all puzzles forever.
Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team. Please note
Hi,
that I am the
my name is
standard
Alex, and I perform
orientation
gameplay
protocol, and
programming
that
on
my voice
Superliminal.
has been explicitly chosen to remind
When I
you
joined the
that I am
project,
not a
there
part of
weren't
your
really
patient
any
care
menus
team.
except the absolute bare minimum to get the player into the game, and there wasn't any keyboard support either. So the first order of business was to add proper mouse and keyboard support to the title and pause menus. The hardest part was supporting switching between the two on the fly, because you never know when the player is going to do it, and it could lock them out of the game. With that foundation laid, I started working on controller support. In terms of the menus, there wasn't much work to do. The pad basically acts like a keyboard. But gameplay was quite a different story. As we approached launch, we all agreed that controller support wasn't quite up to par, and so we shipped without it, adding it around a month after launch. To make controllers feel as good as mouse and keyboard, I wrote a bunch of code to modify how controller input is interpreted. For mouse and keyboard, input is more or less one-to-one mapped to player movement. So you move the mouse and the camera turns. But that doesn't feel good with controllers. Trying to pick up a very small object, say a chess piece, to be quite finicky. In the end, I made it so looking around accelerates the longer the stick is pressed, and behaves differently based on whether you are looking vertically or horizontally, and also while you are holding an object. Probably the biggest change was a quote-unquote auto-lock feature, which draws the focus to a grabbable object as your cursor gets closer to it.
During eyelids, you will lose
All
the
these
ability
changes
to
culminated
awaken
in
suddenly
controller
due to realizing that
There's quite a bit of foreshadowing throughout this level.
Hi there, I'm Steve, the art director of Superliminal. One of our main visual touchstones for this section centers around a couple of silly questions. What would someone in the early 90s dream up as a futuristic testing facility? And how could they build that on a shoestring budget or with infinite time? I feel like those two questions were ones we actually asked ourselves more than once during the process of making this game.
When we were playtesting, we realized that players were getting tripped up on different aspects of the resize mechanic. So we tried to make each puzzle in this level teach a specific action. The cheese puzzle is our way of forcing players to make something from very small to very big, and the puzzle after that is the opposite. This broken window puzzle is to teach you how to make things small and fit through a hole, but at a distance, so you can't simply walk up to it.
We had this looping hallway for a while, but it was very nondescript and players got confused on where they were and they would get turned around. So our artist Steve helped mock up some windows and landmarks so people can tell. Our core game mechanic is so novel that we immediately drew comparisons to other quasi-sci-fi puzzle games. And since our game is about playing with and subverting expectations, we wanted to lean into that and start the first level with a kind of test chamber aesthetic and immediately break that going forward. Narratively, this space is what Dr. Pierce planned to have his dream therapy program look like before it all went.
Please stand by for polite recognition on your completion of the Somnasculpt orientation. You did it. To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
うん。
The reason we ended up with this sleep clinic section is because we wanted to convince players that they might have actually woken up from the dream. So we don't have any dreamlike mechanics you can play with until you get to the vending machine. Later on,
we want the first moment of people walking into this hallway to feel different from other first-person puzzle games. This hallway is designed to feel surprisingly warm, which helps make it feel a little bit surreal and a little bit odd. Throughout the game, we're bouncing between these two feelings, the feelings of warmth and coldness.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk to you about being special. So special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are. But not to worry, we're working on it.
Hi, my name is Ryan, and I was the principal artist on Superliminal. Optical's Peak Hotel Hallway was the first area we nailed down visually and served as a starting point for how we approached the art for the rest of the game. We wanted enough decoration for it to be interesting to the player, yet it couldn't have too much visual noise, or else the player would get lost and overwhelmed. We made interactable objects the complementary color of the surrounding environment, which helped them pop more and feel more important. After we were happy with how this part of the game felt, the rest of the locales came together much quicker, and we required less iteration.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'm just popping in to give you a quick update on where you are. We still don't know, but please keep moving forward, and hopefully you prefer frequent updates to being reminded that you are completely lost.
My name is Phil Fortier, and I was the graphics programmer on Superliminal, and I also worked on some of the Easter egg design. So in this warehouse, you'll notice that there are actually 4 exits to the room, and the level geometry on the other side of the exits would actually overlap if it existed in real space. So to make the level design a little easier, we used our portal tech here. So the exits to the room when you leave the room are actually in vastly different physical locations within the level, but hopefully it should be all seamless for the player.
Before you grab the moon in the next room, please notice that it looks quite far away. An interesting fact is that it actually isn't that far at all. But because the moon's position is moving with your position, it seems to be infinitely far away.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and we still can't find you. But you should now have access to a series of elevators that should trigger your subconscious to gradually wake you up. You should also
This
find
puzzle has the
variety of
problem of
emergency
requiring the
exit
room
signs
to not
that
have a
should
ceiling,
lead you
which
to
resulted with players wanting
all
to
this
escape
work.
the room.
Absolutely.
In a later update, we added a secret area above this room and a bunch of other secret areas based on where we saw players going.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In the event that this elevator does not wake you up, please don't interact with anything that strikes you as psychologically significant, as we will no longer have any way of controlling it. For example, if you see your parents, please punch them in the face as hard as you can and immediately run away.
うん。うん。
Blueprints are one of the secrets that we added to the game, and if you find them all, you'll unlock a special secret. The diagrams are actually top-down, wireframe views of parts of the levels, and they're blue.
うん。
This puzzle has the problem of requiring the room to not have a ceiling, which resulted with players wanting to escape the room. In a later update, we added a secret area above this room and a bunch of other secret areas based on where we saw players going. This puzzle has the problem of requiring the room to not have a ceiling, which resulted with players wanting to escape the room. In a later update, we added a secret area above this room and a bunch of other secret areas based on where we saw players going.うん。
This is an automated message for all patients who attempted to use an alternate pathway to access the next phase of somnasculpt therapy, but who have become trapped in a dream state paradox instead. Your decisions imply a failure of orientation, which reflects negatively on the standard orientation protocol. You will rectify this failure immediately.
So the standard orientation protocol character is obsessed with proper orientation, and that makes her kind of thematically antagonistic to the idea of truth being, intrinsically tied to perspective. But to me, the fun part of it was writing her as being cruel without there being any actual malice to it. Like, she has nothing against you personally. Her programming simply can't see beyond proper orientation as being the only thing of any value to a somnasculpt patient whatsoever.
An early challenge we had for creating the art for Cubism was how to approach the space and make sense of it. We started taking it a bit too literally. For example, how could we make sense of the door being so high up? Why would it be built this way? The solution we arrived at was simply not to make sense of it, because it shouldn't. We created a simple museum aesthetic that wouldn't get in the player's way of experimenting with and enjoying the puzzles. Sometimes keeping it simple is the way to go.
Professional tip: the average adult can
Between the colorful dream spaces, we have these, what we call back areas. These back areas serve as a backdrop to everything. They are where the dream spaces are built, and also the service hallways in between them. We wanted to give them a colder, darker feel to contrast with other spaces in the game. But we also wanted to keep a man-made feel, as if people were just here moving things, creating these spaces, doing work a second before you arrived.
Yeah, it reminded me a little of Charlie Kaufman's Synecdoche, New York. That idea of building a world inside of another world.
Between the colorful dream spaces, we have these, what we call back areas. These back areas serve as a backdrop to everything. They are where the dream spaces are built, and also the
chess pieces are one of the new collectibles we added in a few months after we launched. A lot of our puzzles are based on surprise rather than dexterity, so we decided to add these chess pieces that require expert use of the game mechanic in order to get.
Originally, we had little plaques indicating exhibits within the museum, but we felt it was a little bit too on the nose, so to speak. You are the main exhibit, so I imagine the players wandering around a game with an exhibit plaque hanging around their necks.
Please note that a reluctance to volunteer for the risks associated with explosive mental overload implies a misunderstanding of all other solutions, all of which are far more traumatic and likelier to result in catastrophe. I am not capable of suboptimal suggestions. Please exit this dream as soon as possible.
うん。
Not all of our interesting perspective moments can be built into puzzles. Some are just great moments that break your expectations. This level interprets a cube in multiple different ways, and even though none of these are difficult puzzles, they all work together to create a whole series of back-to-back surprise moments. It was fun finding the balance of making it feel like someone was messing with you, without making it feel like the cube is sentient.
はい、ちょっと眠たくなってきたので、ちょっと休みます。これが消火栓、消火器、星座とチェスの駒と、あれか。さっきやった青いやつか。星座は1、2、3、4、5、6、7あるんだな。それ以外が、ここ以外が8か。では、今日はこれまで。失礼します。